Good evening everybody and welcome to this retro review of White Dwarf issue number 94 from October 1987. On the cover here we have some young lady with her big red cape. I'm not sure what this is actually a picture of, but I think it looks very good. Let's crack it open. So in the first page here we have an advert for some skeleton war machines, and this is when I think the death faction of fantasy was at its best. We have a sort of spinal chariot here and a bone themed catapult with a lovely pile of skulls there. Here we have a breakdown of the newly released Warhammer 40,000 by Rick Priestley. Is it Priestley or Priestley? An advert for Chaos Marauders, a board game, and a supplement for Blood Bowl, which is known as Death Zone. A couple of other adverts for games which I don't think are Games Workshop, which is Land of Ninja, not Land of the Ninja, Land of Ninja. Apparently it's a Rune Quest supplement and Paranoia 2. And then on the other side we have an advert for Rogue Trader. A very bright page here about mail order, which I think tells us which games we could possibly buy. Yes, there's Warhammer 40,000 up there for £14.95. What a bargain. Some Talisman Dungeon minis here, which look very good. Armoured Toad looks awesome. I don't remember the Toad having armour in Talisman. Perhaps that's a character that I'm not yet aware of. And the Mercenaries. Not sure what game system they're for. I assume Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay or something. Over here is Stop Press, which appears to be a news section, and the book review section, Critical Mass, which I assume gets phased out pretty soon. Virgin Game Centre are around at the time. I didn't think they came in until maybe the mid-90s, so Virgin around in 1987, which I find quite interesting. It is software, however. Road War 2000. Can't say I've heard of that. An episode of Thrud the Barbarian, which, from my point of view up here, looks really, really confusing. I don't know what it looks like on screen for you guys. There's the Chaos Marauders advert again. Oi you, listen up. And then A Rough Night at the Three Feathers, which is a little adventure to play with Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. The artwork is fantastic as usual. Really enjoy looking at the artwork here. There's your map for your pub, the Three Feathers. Interestingly, I live near the Three Horseshoes, so that's quite a good one. Sadly, someone appears to have died here. At 2 AM, some more amazing artwork. That scene there of the arm wrestling reminds me of the scene from the Fly movie, where I think he tears his arm and there's a big gash appear here. Does the bone stick out? I can't quite remember. I'm sure someone will tell me in the comments below. Some more adverts. I thought that said piggy cart for a minute, but it's plague cart. However, look at these giants and look at the size of his hand. That is humongous, and he's got a really long arm as well. It looks like a leg. They are bizarre, but awesome, but bizarre. They're sculpted by Nick Bibby, and I do like this plague cart. I can't see where the guy's head is. I assume it's here somewhere. Looks like a Nazgul, a ring wraith. Another very busy looking piece of comic there. Gobbledygook, as someone told me, is the way to pronounce this. I can finally see it in there, I think. It's 40,000 edition of Gobbledygook, with the Space Marines in there, you can see. Hamleys, selling role-playing games. I didn't ever know they sold those. An advert for some Iron Claw skeleton Death Riders, which look fantastic. Bargain price, $2 for $2.95. An epic adventure for the Judge Dredd role-playing game known as To Live and Die in Mega City 1. The artwork here is fantastic. Is he jumping or is he hovering? I'm not quite sure what's going on there. But these do look brilliant. He reminds me of, what's his name? Mick Jagger. Not sure why. And his motorbike looks a bit stunty there. Is that normal or is that just what it looks like to me? There's Lobot from The Empire Strikes Back on his motorcycle. And your typical med droid scene. Always was never a fan of hypodermic needles. They always gave me the willies. But the artwork in this is absolutely fantastic. Call me Zippy. If any of you understand that reference, please, again, let us know in the comments below. I'm sure we've all seen that old programme. An advert for the Fury of Dracula. He will have his revenge. He is not happy. Yet more To Live and Die in Mega City 1. They really went all out on this one. And here we have some adverts which look a bit different to your normal format. For Citadel Miniatures command groups we have Dark Elves, Elves, Skaven, and not Goblins, just Goblin. Some vacant situations, alternative employment in Call of Cthulhu. I thought they were actually going to be job opportunities for Games Workshop for a minute there. You know, you might want to be a Games Workshop chauffeur, or perhaps a monk. An advert for that top secret game there, advertising those guns and weapons, which I still don't think you'd get away with today. And some Blockmania, new counters for the Blockmania board game, which someone told me last time is a 2000 AD Judge Dredd spin-off, I think. And there are your counters. You can have Robo-Dogs, Jaegers, which I think means hunter in German, and sucker guns, along with spit cannons. I fancy a sucker gun. Games Day 1987. I don't think it was the same as Golden Demon. I think they were separate events at that point. Some big fighters for Citadel Miniatures, some militia, Savage Orcs, and RT-04 Space Elves, which look quite interesting. So we seem to have skipped over RT-03 somewhere, this being issue 90... What issue is this? 94, yes, and we had RT-01 and RT-02 in issue 93. So we've gone straight to RT-04, which is very interesting. Some game shops here. More of your Judge Dredd games. And here we have the Skirmish on Rynns World, which I believe is a scenario for the original Rogue Trader Space Marine. Now, this piece of artwork here, are these Space Marines with what look to be Volkites or Adrathic weapons, or are they Orcs? I'll have to zoom in on that. Please, someone let me know in the comments below. Space Marines or Orcs? They definitely have orky faces, yet they appear to have marine weapons and kind of marine armour. I'm going with Orcs myself. Ah, here we have the Space Dwarves. Ah, these are RT-04. Oh, here we are. RT-03. I have gotten ahead of myself. And these look fantastic. Again, we have all the awesome names. Smoothbore Sten, Crag Jorgensen, and the Eldar Katra Darkflight. So there was me getting worried that we'd skipped over RT03, and they're in here later in the book. Barry Schmeisser, very nice. I really do like the artwork of these old things. Can anyone tell me the name of this chapter here? Here's an advert for the Goblobber again. Yes, it's a young Gorm Foambeard. Makes his appearance again. He was in the last issue, I believe. A rip-off of the Sun newspaper, known as The Stun, funnily enough. And a Belge-style kiss blow. Is that Belge? Is that some sort of monster? And over here, we have an article telling us how to make the most of our Space Marines. I assume the plastic Space Marine set had just come out. There they are, the Crimson Fists. And here are the famous original conversions. The Dalek Space Marine, a Marine with a few missiles on his back, a propeller Space Marine of all things. Someone lying down. There's that Judge Dredd bike again. It does look stubby. Dark Angels in their original black coloration, and I think I've noticed a problem here. A Silver Skull Marine Sergeant, yet definitely appears to be a Blood Angel. Fantastic. I don't know why I stared at those for so long. There's Gary Oldman from the original Dracula movie. Not original, but Bram Stoker's Dracula. Got the same glasses. Games Fair 1988, the UK's #1 games convention. Did anyone ever go to one of those? The Colosseum appears to be another Rune Quest supplement. Yet more Colosseum. I wonder who the artist was for these, because these are fantastic. That polar bear is large. Blood Bowl, Bloody Blood Bowl. More gory variants for Blood Bowl, including chainsaws, which is a definite good addition. Some flying heads by the look of things. Pit traps down here, and worse. A letters page with an awesome piece of Space Marine artwork. You could see they had like a roughly under the shoulder pad thing going on down here back then. Some more adverts. Yet more adverts. There's an advert for that Land of Ninja game. I don't like that name. I think it should be Land of the Ninja. But there we go. And on the back of this issue, this month, we have an advert for the next month's issue, which is the one that had the vinyl inside. October 27th. One day I hope to be able to get that for you, and we'll have a little listen to it or something. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and always remember to drill your barrels.
Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, then please be sure to like and subscribe, or even leave a comment. I always try my best to reply to them all. You can even now support the channel by joining the Patreon page, details of which are in the description below. Thank you again for watching, and always remember to drill your barrels.